All right. So, um, schedules of our group were not linking up tonight, so I think we're just going to record them separately um, and post them to the discussion board. So I'm just going to go ahead and read through the questions for this quiz and discuss how I came to the answers. Um, Starting with question 3, I'm using, let's see here. So when you're taking a sample size n, which equals 5, what is the shape of the distribution of means histogram when the parent population is right skewed? So if the parent population is skewed and the size is smaller than large, which we've indicated as 30, it would retain the same shape as parent population. So I said right skewed. Question 4, when you're taking a sample size of 100, what is the shape of the distribution of means histogram when the parent population is right skewed? So because the sample size is over 30, it's large, which according to the central limit theorem would mean that it would be um, approximately normal. That option isn't available, so I just said normal. Question 5. When you're taking the sample size 5, what is the shape of the distribution of means histogram when the parent population is normally distributed? So again, according to the central limit theorem, if the parent population is normal, then any sample size is also normal. Question 6, when you're taking a sample size of 100, what is the shape of the distribution of means histogram when the parent population is normally distributed? Again, because its parent population is normally distributed and the size is above 30, it's definitely a normal distribution. Question 7, when would the distribution of means be normally distributed? Choose all correct responses. So first response, data are drawn from a population that is normally distributed and the sample size is small because it's normally distributed. The population is normally distributed. It doesn't matter whether the sample size is small or large. The parent population is normal, and so it would be normal. So that would be correct. Data are drawn from a population that is normally distributed, and the sample size is large. We've got both a normally distributed parent population and a large sample, so it's definitely normal. Data are drawn from a population that is right skewed and the sample size is small. So because the sample size is small and the parent population is not normal, the sample would not be normal and would not qualify. And lastly, data are drawn from a population that is right skewed and the sample size is large. And that, again, because the sample size is large, it would definitely be normal. Let's see here. Question number 8. Which of the following gives the best explanation of the central limit theorem? This one was a little rough, because the first option is if the parent population from which the data are drawn is normally distributed, then the sample mean will follow a normal distribution. That is correct, and I feel like that is part of the central limit theorem. But then at the last option, if the sample size is large, the shape of the distribution of sample means will be approximately normal is also correct, and I feel like that's closer to what the central limit theorem states. The second one is talking about the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, and so that wouldn't have anything to do with the central limit theorem. And then the third option, if the sample size is large, sample mean will be close to the population mean. I don't think that I think that that's actually closer to the law of large numbers. So I picked the last one. We'll see if that's correct. So using the following information, let x be a random variable with population mean of 10, population standard deviation of 6. Suppose a sample of size n of size 36 is drawn from this population. What is the mean of the distribution of sample means? I think that the mean should be the same as the population mean. If it's a normal distribution, which because it has a standard deviation of 1 or more, it would be a normal distribution. So I said 10. We'll see if that's right. The next one I know how to get. What is the standard deviation of the distribution of sample means? The equation, you'll take the, it is the standard deviation, which is 6, or sorry, I think it's, so I know it's, you take the, yeah, it's the standard deviation of 6 divided by the square root of the sample size, which is 36. Square root of 36 is 6. Standard deviation is 6. So 6 over 6 is 1, which is my answer for number 10. Number 11, regardless of the distribution of the population, if the sample size is larger than 30, what would be the shape or distribution of the sample mean? According to the central limit theorem, it would be normal. Lastly, question 12, what theorem would justify your response to the last question? Since there's only one theorem available, central limit theorem is correct. So now let's see how I did. All right, perfect. So I think I'll go ahead and end it here. Like I said before, the other members of group 13 should be creating their own videos to post, so should see those there.